Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nanu. I hope you all are doing well. This is about to be a very serious video. In today's video, I want to talk about the Cameroonian government. I want to talk about it. I want to touch on it a little bit. First of all, I want to commend the Cameroonian government for what they are doing for the coronavirus. Definitely a round of applause for that, because that's one thing I did not expect, and I know a lot of people from my country did not expect that too. Definitely, we need to clap for them. This video is just to rant. A few years ago, the Anglophone crisis, or the civil war that has been happening in Cameroon since 2016. Can you imagine that? Since 2016, and it's been ongoing. Nobody has heard it in the news. Only the BBC reported the Cameroonian crisis a couple of times, or maybe once, I don't remember, and that was it. Nobody gives about us. So about 2 years ago, I wrote a blog about the current crisis in the Anglophone region, and I basically asked some people to go and donate some money for, you know, those people that have lost their homes, lost basically everything. Children, parents, young adults, they don't have anywhere to stay, they don't have anything to eat, drink. Basically, they're homeless. A lot of people lost their lives. Nobody cared about it, and the Cameroonian president, Biya, Mr. Biya, announced yesterday that he is closing down. The Cameroonian government has closed down, has shut down all its land, sea and air borders. Everything shut down, guys. Another round of applause. Yeah, that's right. Also announced that people, like not more than 50 people, should be gathered at a small place, and restaurants and bars or places that you can drink will be closed from 5 p.m. Absolutely amazed. Like, I can't believe this is the Cameroonian government. And bear in mind, there's not even been 50 cases of coronavirus yet in Cameroon. And the next thing they're doing is closing down schools, secondary school, universities. They're basically shutting down everything that they believe will spread the coronavirus. And as you guys know, it would be very difficult to prevent the spread of the coronavirus if it lands amongst the suburb area or in the poorest area. It's going to be very hard to control the spread of the virus, because a lot of people don't even on a daily basis, a lot of people don't have means to go to the hospital. I'm applauding because they are taking measures to prevent the spread of this virus, which is absolutely amazing. And I think this morning they've also, those Cameroonians coming from abroad, that they're going to quarantine them in a particular space for 2 weeks. Amazing. I was so touched. I was like, wow. And also it says here, I follow better things, basically a blog on Instagram that just publishes Cameroonian news. It says the Cameroon government takes 13 strong measures to fight the corona outbreak. When I saw this, I was like, wow. And another headline they made is Cameroonian forces of law at the Douala airport ensure that those coming in get led to a destination where they will be quarantined. I'm not making it up. They're really taking it seriously. And my question is, when it came to our crisis, when it came to our people, when it came to people that come from Cameroon, people that are in Cameroon, what was the government doing? And what are they still doing? We should definitely check where our priority lies, because if it was not in Europe, you would never hear Cameroon jumping onto this. Like, for Biya to even close down universities and schools, I'm just like, wow. There has not even reached 50 cases of coronavirus in Cameroon. I read recently, as of 2019, 1,000 people were killed in Cameroon, and the coronavirus hasn't even killed one person in Cameroon yet. And these are the measures they're taking, which is good. Mitigation is very good. Like, we definitely need preventative methods in place. I actually applaud him for doing that, because I was so shocked that this happened. The government can actually see something and do something about it. So it's like the Anglophone crisis, or the things that have been happening in the south side of Cameroon, has just been, I don't know, a joke to them, or like it's just been overlooked. Why? Because it's not affecting anyone abroad, it's not affecting anyone that, you know, the world would talk about. So, and maybe this is just a stunt that the government is pulling. Maybe them trying to do this to get, you know, international aid. I don't know. Also brings me to the question, when we think about the UN, the WHO, the human rights organizations and all of those things, I'm like, so if these types of crises, or like these uncomfortable severe war or crisis happen in some countries, why do they not intervene? Why? Like, why don't you intervene? Why don't you do something about it? It's like even our own president, even our own people, they don't care. Closing their eye, their ear, like they've not seen or heard anything about it. But when it comes to the coronavirus, ooh, the whole continent is booming. The whole continent is taking measures to fight this thing off, which I definitely don't think is a small thing. It's absolutely amazing, but I also think there are stuff in our continent, there are things in our own country that we need to fight off, you know. There are bigger things that we need to focus on, you know. The lack of adequate healthcare system, malnutrition, poverty, lack of food, people that lack shelter. There's just so much that's happening in Africa, and I'm just like, there's so many things that we need to prioritize before looking outside, you know. Because the way I see it is that if Europe was never affected by the coronavirus, you would hear no one talking about the coronavirus. We're so selfish, we're so ignorant. I'm not going to blame only the Cameroonian government for this thing, for the Amazonian war and the Anglophone crisis that has been happening in the south. I'm going to also blame the higher organizations that claim to be humanitarian, the WHO, you know, the UN, all of these organizations that claim to be for human rights, human lives. No celebrities posting about it. A few of our singers have made songs about it, talking about it, to, you know, as a way of spreading the news. Because even the media, nothing is being done, guys. But because it's the coronavirus, because it's foreign people, because it's international people, we must talk about it, we must take a stand. I just feel like it's very selfish on our part, very arrogant on our part, not to want to help our own people, or not to want to solve our own problems, but solving other people's problems, you know. This situation, or this self-quarantine time that we're given, I think you should sit down and think about it. You should really reflect on a couple of things that has been happening in our world. You should really reflect on your actions as well as a human being. You should reflect on your thoughts, you know. Like, life is so precious, but we all have a limited time on here, guys. We all have a limited time on earth. We don't know when we're going to go. Try your best to enjoy your life. Try your best to help other people as much as you can. Try your best to make a difference in your everyday life, okay? Don't be a selfish human being. That's Cameroon. Like, we're not intentional about a lot of things. We don't care. A lot of us don't care. As long as it doesn't affect us, as long as it's not our doorstep, we're fine. Nobody talks about it, nobody gives it. And my friend posted on her story yesterday, she was like, even her, she felt the same. She was like, I don't understand how the Cameroonian government is closing down schools, closing down universities, knowing well that the internet situation in our country is poor. So these children, how are they going to study? Do you see? Like, we don't think that far. We don't think that far. Oh, the coronavirus, boop, close down everything, make it look like we're doing something for our people. But these children that you're sending home, they have nothing to do. You've not found a way to keep them busy. You've not found a way to keep them on top of their work, on top of their schoolwork. You've not found any means of making it easier for them to have access to, you know, school. All you care about is, yeah, the Cameroonian government needs to be on the front line for this coronavirus. Like, these people going to stay home for how long? How long are you intending to leave these children, these students, to stay home? They don't have access to internet. They can't even go online to access any lessons. So what is the plan? Nothing is being addressed. Again, that goes back to my point. Nothing is being done at the expense of helping our own people. Nothing is being done to help us to progress. Nothing is being done to make our life easier. Anyways, I don't know if I'm making sense in this video, guys, but I just felt like ranting. That's all I want to say in this video, guys. Like, that's absolutely all. I don't want to rant too much, but that's basically all the things that I've been thinking about. I'm in no means trying to say that what they've done is bad. I'm just trying to, you know, put my point across as to why we can't do the same thing when it comes to problems that that originate in our own country or our own continent. Why can't we take a stand? You know, why does it have to be something coming from the Western world? Then we're like, oh yeah, we're on this boat together, let's ride this train together. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, guys, so I think I'm going to just rest my case now. I will rest my case. I hope this video was entertaining for you or a bit educational. Maybe this video is going to make you think. Maybe this video is going to encourage you to be more of a thinker now. I just hope that a Cameroonian comes across this video and when they see it, this kind of wakes them up or like stirs them inside, stirs their brain to think when things like this happen, because not a lot of us think. Not a lot of us are like, we want other people to think for us. That's one thing I've noticed. We want other people to take a stand for us. I hope this video kind of points out a few things that should make you think, that should you know, just make you question our government and the way we live our lives, and also makes you think about our priorities as human beings. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe below, also press that notification bell below. Please subscribe, get me to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, bye.